gentil. Amen sur le président. Un pauvre qui vote ou celui qui l'a rendu pauvre. Si on était bien au pays, est-ce qu'on allait prendre la route de l'étranger? Amen sur le président. L'Assemblée, il y a un vieux. Vraiment. Au Sénat, il y a un vieux. Wonderful. À la présidence, il y a un vieux. Dans tout le gouvernement, il n'y a que des vieux, des vieux, des vieux. Des jeunes prennent le chemin de la Libye pour devenir des esclaves. Des jeunes prennent la route du désert pour entrer en Europe. À l'Assemblée, il y a un vieux, Sonia Touko. Au Sénat, il y a un vieux. À la présidence, il y a un vieux. Dans tout le gouvernement, il n'y a que des vieux, des vieux, des vieux. Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Today is the 11th of February. And today, I have come to ponder, I've come to ask, I've come to analyze what happens when you have a government that does not follow the laws, that does not respect the laws. Ladies and gentlemen, we all know that nobody is above the law. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a party political broadcast by myself, Maitre Mola Alex Ndive Lee Singer, the leader of British Cameroon National Party. Greetings to the beautiful people of British Cameroon and greetings to the beautiful people of La République du Cameroon. So, ladies and gentlemen, today I've come to ponder, I've come to question, I've come to analyze how come that we have a government, a ruling CNU, CPTM government, of which they don't respect the laws, their own laws. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you, I read their laws religiously. I have their constitution, I read it, you see it's already torn. Some pages are coming out. Some pages are coming out because I read it too much. I read their laws, their fundamental laws. I have their criminal procedure, criminal law procedure. I read it. So, each time, I don't know if I should ask. I don't know how many ministers in the Cameroons, unelected governors, unelected DOs, top official, including Mr. Biya, I doubt if they have ever read the constitution of the laws of their country. Because sometimes you can be a top official, they'll come and give you something unprepared. I know how it works in the ministry. Some low officer or staff who have been there with experience, they'll draft something, they come and give you, you just sign it. And one of the reasons, which I'm saying this, you see most people who govern the Cameroons, they don't know the law. I'll give you an example. I'm teaching in, let me say, in the Yaoundé University. I'm a lecturer there. I have no experience of being a minister, of being a secretary general or anything. They just appoint me a minister. I'm a lecturer. Let me say I'm teaching English literature, or I'm teaching constitutional law in Yaoundé University. So you appoint me to go and be a minister. How do I start? Because a minister is somebody who should be making policies. In a democratic country, you don't wait for high instruction from the presidency. If I am a minister, like in the UK Home Office, I'm in charge of the police, immigration, I make decisions, I'm competent. I don't need to wait for the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom to tell me what to do. So when you appoint lecturers in the university to be ministers, civil servants who are not politicians, how do you expect them to know the law? Some of you, you will say they have, how do they call it, conseiller technique, that advisors, Ladies and gentlemen, as a minister, your advisors don't tell you what to do. If you have something that you don't understand or which you have doubt, you can say, okay, can you look at the law, what the law says, and you give them, then they will come back to you. Then you make the decision as a minister. That's how it functions. So I've seen, like myself, I've seen people sometimes, they put flag, oh, Metro, let this thing burn Cameroon flag. Ladies and gentlemen, I've made this time and again, it's not Cameroon flag. It is my personal property. In accordance to the law where I live, I can take my car, I can take my flag, British flag, I can go and burn it. It's my personal property. You cannot be charged for criminal damage when you burn your own property. If I go to a shop now, I buy my British flag or American flag, I burn it. It's my property. That's how the law look at it. It doesn't belong to Britain. It's not their flag. If I take my flag, whether it's Cameroon, they call it Cameroon, I burn it. It is my personal property. It's not against the law. So I am simply saying, whatever I do is in accordance with the law. Whether it's British law, whatsoever, or English law, I know those things. Because the country that I live, they watch me. The police, they know what I'm saying on social media. If I do something that is not in accordance with the law of England, I'll be in trouble. So everything that I do, I make sure it's in accordance to the law. If somebody have got something to show me, whether it's a video, whether it's 30 years ago, come and show me. I know what I do. That's why sometimes when I go to the Cameroons, some people say, oh, he's La République agent. He goes there, they don't arrest him. I know if the government of La République arrests me if I enter that country, they will be in trouble because I know what I'm doing. They don't know their own law. All the things. That's why we have British Cameroon National Party, because we want to do things in a legal way. What we are doing is a legal way. And getting back to the crux of the matter today, I want to ask, why should we have a government in the Cameroons and the government does not respect its own laws? Ladies and gentlemen, I can assure you more than 75% of the things that the government of La République is doing is against the laws of La République du Cameroon. I can assure you, people think Mr. Biya is the law. L'État c'est moi. No, Mr. Biya is not the law. In accordance to the constitution of La République du Cameroon, Mr. Biya cannot be above the law. The highest law in the land of the Cameroons is their constitution. But they treat it like a toilet tissue. They don't respect it. A constitution is a fundamental legal document that defines the rules and principles that governs a country. So Mr. Biya cannot be above the constitution. Famdongo Ayolo, Atanganji, unelected governors, Dios, you cannot be above the law. You cannot be talking about molinexing people. You cannot be talking about let's terrorize the terrorists, commit crime to commit crime. You cannot be talking about using witchcraft to fight Amber, which is against your own laws. It's against your own laws. You cannot say you want to use witchcraft to fight Amber. Inside this criminal procedure code, it's against the law. So when you put people to govern who don't understand the law, that's one of our problems in the Cameroons. Also, the Constitution also has established principles. That's the rights of the citizens. It's inside the Constitution of La République du Cameroon. But La République du Cameroon, they don't respect the rights of the citizens. In the Constitution of the Cameroon, what do you mean fundamental law? Core principle, very important principle, like a foundation of a house. If you remove that foundation, the house collapses. That is what the Constitution is. But Mr. Biya doesn't respect it. The unelected governors, unelected DOs, unelected SDO, they don't respect it. And most people who are supporting chop people their money, they don't respect it. Most people who are supporting chop people their money, they don't respect the laws. The mayors that are not even elected in Cameroon because they have indirect election, the senators, indirect universal suffrage, all of them, they don't elect them. They handpick them and they put them there. They don't respect the law. And ask them, how many of them have ever gone through the constitution of the Cameroon or criminal proceedings? They don't know. That is why they don't talk. That is why when Maitre Mola Alex Ndiveli Singh, the leader of British Cameroon National Party, said, I want to have a debate with President Biya, with Atanganji, with all the ministers, with the unelected governors. I want to have a debate with the opposition leaders in the Cameroon. They cannot have that debate because they too, majority of them, they don't know their own law. It took me more than 35 to 40 years to know what I know. Because before you want to lead, you have to understand certain basics in life and the laws. You cannot govern a country if you don't know the law of that country. It's a fact. Because the laws guide you on how to make decisions. You don't make decisions. It's not literary work, fiction, illusion that you just sit and decide. You look at the law, you do your research. But the people who claim to be governing the Cameroons, they don't know their own law. Their fundamental law makes it clear. Your right to life is sacrosanct. It's there. Everybody have got a right to life. It's in their constitution. But you see, they kill Wazizi, kill Martinez Zogo. They are still there. A lot of people have been murdered. Archbishop, Senator Kemende, they have a right to life. You will say, oh, it's not the government. Until today, do we know who killed Senator Kemende? Have there been any trial? Martinez Zogo, have there been any trial? Wazizi, have there been any trial? The ones that we don't know, they have a right to life. But the people who are supposed to govern you, they murder their own citizens. Today we cry about who? Patrice Lumumba. He would have been a good leader. We hate our own. We kill our good leaders. Today we mourn for Thomas Sankara. But when he was alive, we are accomplices that they should kill Thomas Sankara. What a hypocrite. Imagine Patrice Lumumba was alive today. Imagine Kwame Nkrumah was alive today. Imagine Sankara, if Sankara was alive today, Africa would have been a better place. But we hate our own. We hate people who know. We hate people who can bring good principles that can develop Africa. It's inside us. Some people call it jealousy. All of us, the Constitution of the Cameroons makes it clear. Your right to be free from torture. Recently, the video we saw, who are the people torturing Longue Longue? In the Constitution of Cameroon, it said don't torture people. I'm not saying it's not civilians torturing Longue Longue. It's government people. They torture you. Your right to be free from torture is inside their constitution. In their constitution, it says we are all equal before the law. Are we? You will take civilians, you go and try them in military tribunal. There's no fair hearing. Is there in their constitution your right of fair hearing? Some people will steal millions and millions of money from the Cameroons. They will embezzle it. They will remove them for prison. They say, oh, because they have given back the money. Oh, God. My brothers and sisters, theft. Whether you give it back or theft is that you have taken something to permanently deprive something that belongs to another person. So whether you give it back or is still stealing, you have to still be in prison. You have to be there. That is why in England, when you're convicted of a criminal offense, we have what they call Proceeds of Crime Act. Anything that you have benefited, whether it's house or money, they have to seize those things by law. They don't say, oh, if you give it back, you will be free. They will convict you, then they will go and look for it. If you don't give those property, it is hidden. Example, if you have 25 years, they will add 5 more years. So if you have 20 years, they will add 5 more years. You have 25 years. Proceeds of Crime Act. Once you have stolen something, they cannot free you. So the government, they don't even respect their laws. And if they have a law, the law is so immoral. The laws in the Cameroon say, the law is in their constitution. It's there. I'm not making it up. Your right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty. It is in their constitution. The fundamental legal document of the Cameroon. It is there. But we see the bees, the gendarmes, the police, they start beating people, kicking people in the street. People who are supposed to be presumed to be innocent, they kick them. I see them on videos. You take people who are innocent and put them on TV station, people who are suspect, and put them and showing them that they are thieves. They are innocent until proven guilty. But because we don't have leaders, or we don't have people who understand the law, or we don't have people who know how to govern the country, that's our problem. If you ask me, how do people like a lot of people who are ministers, how did they become minister in the Cameroon? I don't understand. People who don't know how to govern. You see, when they come and say they will molly next you, they scream at you, they shout at you, it's because they don't know how to talk to people. Because if the people vote for me, I will be polite. I will ask them, what do you want? What do you want me to do for you as people, rather than bullying them? Because they don't owe their power to the people. Unelected ministers. Most ministers and secretaries of state in the United Kingdom, they were elected as members of parliament first. The prime minister was elected. Who elected most of these people? Nobody. Johan Pingongo, Ferdinand, is it Ayolo, and Famdongo, all of them unelected. Nobody gave them a mandate. They have never won an election somewhere, but they are ministers. That's the problem. If people vote for you, you owe your mandate to the people and you work for them, because you know, whenever an election comes, if you're not doing well, they will not vote for you again. That's why it's nice to have direct vote, to vote for your people. In the Cameroons, the law said we have the constitution, freedom of assembly and freedom of association. You have a right to associate with who you want. You have a right to join any assembly. But in the Cameroons, people run meetings in their house. The police, they go there and stop the meeting. But they don't follow their laws. And you people, you sit and look, waiting for divine intervention, for God to come from heaven and fix everything for you. If we were quiet, there wouldn't have been any Boya University when I was a teenager. If we were quiet, there wouldn't have been any multipartism when I was growing up. If we were quiet, there wouldn't have been any GC board. If we were quiet, they wouldn't have called for major national dialogue. If we were quiet, they wouldn't have called for tripartite. So I see people, they call themselves youth. You sit there. Youth in Cameroon is my age. You sit there, you do nothing. You're afraid of your life. I'm not saying go and break the law. All the things I'm listed, I used to do it in the Cameroons. There was no social media. Why should they kill me because I say I want electricity, I want water? I'm not saying go and attack a police. Go and do something that is illegal, that's against the law. Do the right thing. Read the laws of the Cameroon and follow the laws. And tell Mr. Biya, you are not above the law. You are a citizen. You have to lead by example. You have to follow the law. The laws, the constitution, the fundamental document says, everyone have a right to take part in government and politics. Yesterday, Mr. Biya was telling you to go and do agriculture and what? But he is there in power. For 70 years, he has been in power. More than 70 years. Mr. Biya had top position. He was 20-something years old. All of them, they are still there. They don't want to go. They used to tell me when I was young, in primary school, secondary school, we are the youth of tomorrow. We are the leaders of tomorrow. How long am I going to wait to be leaders of tomorrow? How long are we going to wait? The issue to me is that the government of La République du Cameroon do not follow their own law. Why, Mr. Bia? Why, Atanganji, do you read your laws? Ngongo, do you read the laws? You treat your own citizens like enemies. Ngongo, it doesn't matter where you come from. In a country, as a leader, you should make people to have that feel-good factor. It is my country. Most of you think when people come to diaspora is to stay there until they die. No. People come abroad, they study. Most of you in the government, whether it's Famdongo, whether it's Diongute, whether it's Porbia, you came abroad. You study, you went back home. But you people don't give us that opportunity. You have destroyed the country. When I come there, the standard of living is so low. Places are dirty, no electricity. The roads are horrible. It's as if when I show it to some of my friends who were born in this country, they look at it, they feel sorry. It's like a zoo. There's accident on the road. Civilians are pulling people, no ambulance pulling them, struggling. It's as if we are in the dark ages, 14th century. Even 14th century Britain was better. And we sit there. We only want to stay in power. When sometimes you're tired, most of you, why don't you allow people with new ideas to come back and fix the country? The reason we change politicians in the Western world is because after some time, they become absolute. Their ideas become outdated. New things that come in. You cannot sit with your outdated ideas. Some of you study in France in 1960. Things have moved on. You're still using 1960 ideologies in 2025. That is our problem. Why is it that? Whether it's government official, opposition officer, why are you afraid to debate? I like to sit on a platform. Minister Tanga sit. I scrutinize you. That's opposition. Opposition is not about standing for presidential election. I'm sure there are few people in their lifetime who have been scrutinizing the government like myself. All through my life, I choose opposition. I even rejected SDF because the people who were running SDF, they just cut away from CPDM. They joined opposition. So most of them, they were still CPDM militant. I decided to create British Cameroon National Party because it's a clean party. We have people who have got integrity and probity. We don't have corrupt people there. That's it. We are not rushing to have a lot of members. You have to show your CV. You have to show that you're clean. You're not corrupt. You have integrity. You have probity before you join our party. Because if you're corrupt, you're in power, we know what will happen. You will still be like, chop people the money. Another fundamental laws, which is enshrined in the constitution of the Cameroons, is what? The right to self-determination. It is in this constitution. But the big people, they kill people that they want to separate their independence. They are what? It's there. I underline it. Affirm our attachment to fundamental freedom enshrined in the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, the Charter of the United Nations, self-determination, the African Charter on Human and People's Rights, and all duly ratified convention relating to blah, blah, blah. So, ladies and gentlemen, the laws in the Cameroon say you have right to self-determination. So you can say, I want independence. They don't have a right to torture you. It's not against the law in the Cameroon. Insofar as you do it in a peaceful way, you create a political party, you say you want independence. There's nothing wrong with that. It's a political opinion. People make mistakes a lot in the Cameroon. The mistake people make in the Cameroon is that most people think, okay, most people, they want, example, federalism. I will go for federalism. Most people, they want maybe independent. I go, people have changed. No. Ladies and gentlemen, political opinion is a conviction. Even if I am the only one who believes in it, it's my conviction. I don't need a majority. Even if I don't have the independent 1 million years, it's my political opinion. It's just like your religion. It's an opinion too. So when people keep on switching, Oh, now people want federalism. Now if you want federalism, remain in federalism. That's your opinion. If you want independence, remain there. Don't say we Anglophones should come together. We as Anglophones, we don't have the same political opinion. When I was under 15, when I was a teenager, I was fighting for Southern Cameroon, their problem. I was not following the crowd. I did not ask anybody to join me. I used to be the public relation officer of Southern Cameroon Youth League. I used to be treasurer and what was spokesperson for Northern Region. We were not forcing people. We were not following the crowd. I've never joined any political party because no political party in the Comoros is befitting. They don't stand for what we of British Cameroon National Party will believe in. I gave a lot of people the chance. When I was growing up, there were people who were in the CPDM, they brought multipartism. Some people created different political parties. I look at all the political parties. They don't stand. They don't follow my aspiration. What I believe in, my political opinion. They have never. So they have wasted our time. And I see now there's presidential election. Some people will come again. Metro Alex the singer. Let's give. We are not giving anybody a chance. We believe that two countries in the Cameroons, they came together. British Cameroon and La République du Cameroon. We believe that we must be equal terms. That's what British Cameroon believe in. That two countries must be recognized. If we like, we still put the 2 stars. If the people like one day, in future, they say, oh, they want a referendum. The people want one and indivisible Cameroon, they will be campaigning that they want one and indivisible Cameroon. The people who say they want independence, they will be campaigning. Then the population will decide. Just like Scotland, they decide maybe one day. But the process is different. We have a modus operandi. We have a mechanism. We don't just talk. And that mechanism is that we want the seats in Northwest region and Southwest region. We want a mandate from the people. We want to take anything that La République gives because they're in power. Our ideology is the recognition of that country that have been annexed. That's what we stand for. But we are not in power. What do we do? If they give whatever fake thing they give, we will take the MP and maybe we will not go to here on this. So we torpedo it. That's how you make a government to talk with you. That's what they did in Northern Ireland. Now they are ruling there. They say in 10 years' time they will ask for a referendum. That's what Scottish National Party did in Scotland. That's what they did in Catalan. The Flemish are doing. The problem is that in Africa, when we see the beauty, nice road, nice train, good governance in the Western world, why can't we copy it? I don't need to use arms as if I'm in 14th century, be doing the things that people used to do. British people, Europeans, France, they used to fight. In those days, fight each other. They have graduated. So we have to learn from them that we don't need to use gun to achieve what we want. Politics is alternative to war. In Northern Ireland, the IRA, they fought for decades. What happened? They are still in the United Kingdom. And they created a political party called Sinn Féin. Now they are the majority in decentralization there in Northern Ireland. Their hope what? In 10 years' time, they want that they should force the government to give referendum. Why? Because they have got a mandate. I cannot stand and be speaking on social media now. I say, oh, 90% people in British Cameroon, they want independence. So what? How do you translate that 90% into politics? You stand for election and win the seat. That's what British Cameroon National Party is doing. So my point about the government of La République du Cameroon not respecting self-determination is clear. South Africa just came behind us in 1994, the end of apartheid, that you have a multicultural democracy now in South Africa. There's a political party there. The Cape Independent Party. Is Cyril Ramaphosa beating them, killing them? That, oh, you want independence or secession? No, it is their right. If you read their constitution, you go on their website, they say they are using the right of self-determination. We have it too in Cameroons. The Cape Independent Party, they call it Cape ZIT. At the moment, it's not too popular in South Africa, but it's still a political party. They believe in the independence of Eastern Cape. They have a party. The government recognizes it. They are not beating them. South Africa have got a more advanced democracy than La République because France is controlling us. The right to self-determination is to choose your own government and political status, your economic and social political development, and how to distribute your resources. But we cannot do that in the Cameroons because Article 6 of the Cooperation Agreement signed by President Ahidjo and France, when British Cameroon was not even part of them in 1959, says that France shall determine your economic, social, cultural orientation. France shall determine your education at all levels. That's why you have French institutions like ENAM, ENS, Gendarmerie, Military Tribunal. They are imposing it on another country, British Cameroon, that had a political authority, a territory, and a population. My brothers and sisters, assuming that British Cameroon was doing the same thing to La République, would they be happy? Why can they not respect the two countries that came together? Ladies and gentlemen, England, the English people, they are the majority in the United Kingdom, but they are not oppressing people in Scotland, the other country, or Northern Ireland, which is small, or Wales that is small. Why should La République de Cameroon be oppressing us because of France? They want to be continuous slavery, colonialism, by giving our resources. Look, they say diaspora should come and invest. Invest what? Why is Glencore? What is Glencore? One of the multi-billion transnational corporations. They give all the investment to them, commodities. Savannah Energy, Helium World, I know all those companies, that's investment. When you want somebody from the Cameroons to come and invest, is to build a mini city. Is that investment? The things we call investment is what Glencore is doing, Savannah Energy, and all those top multicultural, Pectin, all those things. That's investment. Why do you give it to foreigners to take our money out of the country? Ladies and gentlemen, I was talking. How come that they are not oppressing the Cape Party in South Africa that have created a political party, they want independence? They say the ANC political party is economically destroying them. The same thing is happening in British Cameroon. They are ethnically and culturally oppressed. The same thing La République government is doing to British Cameroonians. Ethnically and culturally oppressing us by bringing French institution in British Cameroons. They are persecuting us. They are persecuting the Cape people too. That's what they say in their constitution, their website. They are persecuting them. The people of Cape. In British Cameroon, they are persecuting us too. I know people will say, oh, they do this with this. I'm not talking about tribe. I'm talking about two countries. We have to talk about the two countries first, then we go to tribe later on. And that's why we propose for ethno-cultural democracy. And ladies and gentlemen, the Cape Party that wants independence, they say if the government cannot solve all this economic thing that they are oppressing them, ethnically, culturally oppressed, prosecuting the people of Cape, they will use legal means. Legal means to get independence. And British Cameroon National Party, we are using legal means. We are using what the laws in the Cameroon say. We are using their constitution, the right to self-determination, the right to have your political opinion, the right to create a political party, the right to freedom of assembly and association. We are using the laws. So La République du Cameroon, stop persecuting us. Read your laws. Small South Africa don't come for back. They don't pass with for democracy. They debate with different parties. But you people, you sit there, you're running the country for the interests of France. Black man, una hate each other. Caucasian, Munzungu, Oyibo, whether they come from where in this world, they are together. But in the Cameroons, La République, when I was in Guaquele, La République agent who call us, les Biafra, allez chez vous, les Sepang dans la maison. Nigerians have in common with the people of Cameroon than France that you're trying to please, Mr. Biya? Than France that you're trying to please. We of British Cameroon National Party, we are clear. We have made this clear for more than 35 years. That's why I've never joined any political party. I've never been a militant of any party in Cameroon. Because I look, they never have manifesto. They don't have anything. I see everybody is coming to talk about, oh, presidential candidate, federalism. Federalism will not solve the Anglophone problem. Because federalism means transfer of power. They will start arguing, oh, we don't want to give 10-state federation, 20 state. No, we have to solve the Anglophone problem first by recognizing the country. Then we can have what is decentralization or federation, which goes to all the ethnicity, the tribe. We have different culture and tradition. So all tribes in the Cameroon, the two countries, they have to be autonomous. It's not about 10-state federation. In the southwest regions of the Cameroon, we don't have the same culture. Our cultures are different tribes, so all the tribes have to be autonomous, federal or decentralized, call it. Northwest region, the same, all over, we are different. So you cannot base whether it's federalism or decentralization based on region. We can only do that after accepting the two countries that was created by foreigners, because we never created that country. It was created by Britain and France. They created that country. Then they put the first prime minister, Dr. Endele, was there. In the other country was Amadou Ahidjo. That other country had its independence on the 1st of January 1960. British Cameroon had its independence 1st of October 1961. Two countries, two distinct things. One, they remove one star, annex them, assimilate them, integrate them, treat them like second-class citizens. Ladies and gentlemen, when I come here, I talk my politics. I feel sad when I see diasporans who are abroad. They live in Western countries, they see how they do politics and democracy, opposition, they challenge the government, they change government. Then you sit and support, chop people their money. I can have friends who are CPDM. We don't argue. It's their political opinion. I'm still waiting for them to convince me why they are supporting chop people their money. I have no personal problem with these people. But my political opinion is different. But I have friends and families in all political parties in the Cameroon. But politics is personal thing. Family is family. But when I see the CPDM government is not good enough. And to us, we have been eyeing the opposition in the Cameroon, the non-functional opposition. Opposition in the Cameroon, they are not good enough. It's still the same people who have been in CPDM. How many of them, opposition political party, have been scrutinizing the government? I am the first person who started talking about manifesto. We have had election since 1997, 2011, 2000. Have you ever heard one person talk about manifesto? You talk about personality, Paul Biya, Frundi, Kamto, Ulol, Ugwenlek. You talk about Bello Buba, Chiruma. You don't talk about manifesto. Maitre Mola Alex is the first person who started talking. I had a website. I put my manifesto there. My website has been attacked twice. A new one is upcoming. They attack it because they don't want. Each time I put my manifesto on my website, they attack it. They attack the website twice. I'm creating a new one because people don't want to hear. They don't know what's a manifesto. I see people talk about manifesto now, but they don't even know what is manifesto. People think manifesto is about federalism. Federalism is mostly the, the form of a state. But they don't talk about, when you ask them, let them come and let's debate. What's your economic policy, health policy, taxation, policing, environment, equal opportunity, transport, other things. France CFA, about monetary policy and interest rate. Is France still going to be controlling us? About the cooperation agreement that Ahidjo signed in 1959. None of them, they cannot have this debate. Then you think Maitre Mola Alex Divelisinger will sit and say you should be a presidential candidate. If nobody can debate, we'll publish a social contract,
If we look, no political party stands, we will distribute it to all the parties. If no parties, you don't have a manifesto that match British Cameroon National Party, we are going to put a candidate in the coming election. Ladies and gentlemen, we will look, if somebody have the same similar manifesto and pledge that is going to follow it, maybe we will endorse you, maybe we will support you. But as things start, we haven't seen one candidate. Because if you ask me to rate all the candidates who wants to stand now in the Cameroons, Mr. Biya is still better off than them at 92. Because they behave like Mr. Biya. They cannot debate. You cannot just put a manifesto. Come and let's sit on the same platform. Let's organize and have that debate. Then let's choose the best candidate. Nobody will just come and sit behind and say you want to stand. Because Mr. Biya will track you. I have all the results since 1997. All the election results. Mr. Biya have trashed most of you. Apart from the 1992 own, which was a coalition headed by John Funzi. Apart from that, Mr. Biya have trashed you 91%, 80%. Then the same people you want to go again, that you should be trashed again. So ladies and gentlemen, this is important. People think, oh, opposition political party, if they come together. You can be opposition political party. Do you have followers? You can take 50 or 300 political party and come together. You are not popular. If you ask me to name 10 political parties in the Cameroon, I don't know them. Ask people about British Cameroon National Party in the Cameroon. They know this party. People just create party. They don't talk. You don't know them. You don't know what they stand for. You come. I'm supporting coalition. I'm joining Mr. Biya. But nobody knows you. You don't talk. Ask about Maitre Mola Alec Divelisinger in the Cameroon. An average person knows me. An average person knows the party. They know. So a political party needs to be known. If they don't know you join in coalition, you're wasting your time. If you don't have policy, you go and join other CPDM, other thing, you're wasting your time. What people want to know is policy. Like, we are going to make sure that there is free health care for everybody. That's what they want to know. I can stand alone and put my policy. They will vote for policy. They wouldn't vote whether 50 opposition have come together. So ladies and gentlemen, common sense is not common. Let common sense prevail. Have a wonderful day. This has been a party political broadcast by myself, Maitre Mola Alec Divelisinger, the leader of British Cameroon National Party. Ciao.
Docteur, tout Joseph, commissaire à Los Angeles, comment pouvez-vous nommer un individu à un poste pendant 25 ans? 20 ans directeur de tac. Vous partagez le pouvoir avec vos familles. Vous partagez le pouvoir avec vos amis. Vous partagez le pays avec vos familles. Vous partagez le pays avec vos familles. Et après quand ils vont voler, vous appelez les Indiens, les attraper. Et après quand ils ont volé, vous appelez les Indiens, les attraper. Qui les avait nommés d'abord dans ce poste-là? C'est toi qui les avais nommés, papa. Tu as oublié, tu as seulement oublié. C'est toi qui les avais nommés, oh, tu as oublié. Guélé Raphaël Ikenya. C'est les mêmes qui sont toujours ministres. Ils vont au quartier pour quelque temps et ils reviennent après. Ils font le tour des ministères. Aujourd'hui, ministre de la communication, demain,